Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is Teacher.
Hello.
And we continue on with our 5th annual 31 Days of Horror, where we watch a different horror movie every single night in October. And our movie for tonight was Dead Night. Before we get into it, spoiler warning now! If you want to avoid spoilers, skip ahead to the time code you see on the screen. So let's get right into cast and crew rundown before I give my thoughts on this very interesting movie. This was directed by Brad Barra. This is his first directing gig, if that comes as any surprise to anyone that's seen it. And the only thing I've noticed that he's done prior is he was a producer on one of my favorite movies ever, John Dies at the End.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, main cast. Casey Pollock was Bree Grant. She has been in A Ghost Story, Beyond the Gates, and Dexter, among many other things. James Pollock, who I recognized immediately, was A.J. Bowen. He has been in You're Next, The Signal, which you still need to see, and The Sacrament, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Bison was the incomparable Barbara Crampton. She has been in so much stuff, but to name a few, You're Next, Beyond the Gates, Reanimator, We Are Still Here, Lords of Salem, etc., etc., etc. She is a horror icon. And I love that she's still doing horror movies now.
Yes.
It's so awesome. I love Barbara Crampton so much. Jessica Pollock, the daughter, was Sophie Dalla. And she's been in something called Unbroken and a movie called Satanic that I've seen around, but I've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Pollock, the son, was Joshua Hoffman. And he's done a lot of TV, like Shameless, Criminal Minds and stuff. But other than that, nothing of note. And then the friend, Becky Lane, was Elise Luthman. And she's just been in a bunch of TV as well. And that's about it. And that's the main cast. There was other little bit players, but that's the main cast and crew.
Real quick, did you notice the little cameo at the very beginning of the movie? Dude from John Dies at the End.
Where was he at?
Remember the couple that was killed at the very, very beginning?
Oh, that was him. That's right.
Yeah.
Good call. Yep. So let's get into our initial thoughts. I called this Dead Night, a.k.a. Fuck the Fact That You Have Cancer, a.k.a. Hillary Clinton the movie. I might get so much shit for that. This movie didn't know what it wanted to be, is my problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said this movie went through a re-edit. Can you explain to the audience what happened?
Well, from what I read, and it's been a while since I read it, this was originally titled Apple Cart for some sort of reason.
Yeah.
And it went through one of the festivals, maybe a couple of the festivals. I don't remember which ones, but the response was not well.
Mm-hmm.
So they listened to the criticism and went back and re-edited it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Dead Night.
My thinking is, if this is the re-edited version, what the fuck was the original? Because this movie, okay, it wants to be a fake documentary. It wants to be a slasher. It wants to be like Supernatural or Alien or a Creature in the Woods movie or Witches. It wants to be all these things at once. Mm-hmm. And it kind of fails at all of them. I would never personally let this guy direct anything ever again. And I will say that I didn't hate it, because this is like a movie that I wish I could get all the footage for and do a fan edit of it, because somewhere in here is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's what annoys me the most about it. What it had going for it was it had a great cast.
Yes.
All the cast did a good job, I thought. And the gore effects were fantastic.
Yes.
The cons, the bad stuff, everything else. This was a very confusing movie. The fake documentary part completely just knocked it off its axis. And it never recovered.
Mm-hmm.
It really didn't even need to be there. It could have been a thing at the end, where like the twist ending. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I just, yeah. What did you think?
It was an extremely odd movie.
Yeah.
I'll definitely agree that it wasn't edited well.
It
Like,
was not at all.
I got a very much Evil Dead vibe from it, but Evil Dead was way more coherent.
I wrote in my notes right at the top. I said it's The Witch meets Evil Dead.
For me, like the witches reminded me very much of oh, Shakespearean witches. What Shakespeare play was that? Was that
Mm.
Macbeth? One of the ones that had the three witches. That's what the witches reminded me of, even with their evolved method of scrying the future.
Yeah.
And that's where we got our fake documentary from, but it was almost like, why did you show it to her?
Yeah.
And like I could understand if it had given her some sort of edge to at least beat Barbara Crampton.
Yes.
I think to me that was the biggest thing that was missing from me was conclusion, I guess.
What was missing for me was coherency.
Yeah, yeah. The acting was on par. Barbara
Hmm.
Crampton played a fantastic villain.
She was the highlight of this movie. She
Oh yeah,
stole the
totally.
show.
Hmm.
After seeing a kind of, she did good in Beyond the Gates, and she did really good in Your Next. But
Hmm.
it was cool to see her really have something to sink her teeth into,
Hmm.
and be the antagonist. Yeah, it was a lot of fun seeing her.
Yeah,
If not for her though,
the practical effects were fantastic.
yep,
Love, especially with the teenage girl turning into that monster.
yeah,
Fantastic right there.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, lack of coherence. Meh.
yeah, yeah.
Score had nothing going for it. Uh,
Nothing other than the actors.
yeah, location was good, although the chateau didn't make any sense to me. The layout.
So yeah, this is a weird one. Let's go ahead and get into our breakdowns. What was your favorite scene?
Hmm. Probably at the end with girl turning into the monster, just because of how well the practical effects were.
Oh, okay, like the final girl, I guess. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. My favorite scene was the daughter initially turning into the creature at the dinner table,
Yeah.
because that's when the movie finally did something.
Hmm.
Like we don't know exactly what happened or what's going on because it's yeah, that's kind of the tone of the movie, big giant question mark. But that to me, that was I was like, whoa, okay, okay, I'm on board now. Because
Hmm.
I was going to text you a few times. I was like, dude, the opening credits look really cheap, and they chose a really stupid font that's hard to read. Dear horror people, don't use that font. It makes your movie look really cheap,
Hmm.
and it was bad. It was bad. What was your holy shit moment?
Holy shit moment was I had something. Probably just the entire dinner room scene,
Mm-hmm.
once the shit hit the fan. I mean, and how the mom just immediately leapt into stabbing the shit out of Barbara Crampton.
Yeah, yeah. I guess mine would either be when you realize she stabbed her husband instead, which
Hmm.
doesn't make a lot of sense because they made it seem like she was invisible or like something in the mom's head, but everyone saw her.
Hmm.
So how did she make her? How did she disappear and then she was stabbing her husband? Just the reveal. I was like, whoa, okay. Or the daughter turning into the monster thing at the table because that came out of nowhere. Or maybe the grandma being in on it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real definitive for me, like, holy shit moment. But any of those, I guess, could qualify the final girl turning into a living poop creature. Because that's what the thing in the woods reminded me of, a giant poop that gave them electricity somehow. So, yeah, beware the poop in the woods. Okay. Okay, here we go. Pick one. Mediocre moment.
The fake documentary.
Yep, me too. Me too. It threw off the movie completely.
Hmm.
If you took that out of it, then you have, well, there's something there.
Yeah.
But the documentary was so unnecessary. This is how you do it completely incorrectly. The documentary could have been incorporated into the movie, and it could have been
Hmm.
done seamlessly. And to give its credit, the what was it called? Inside Crime, I think.
Hmm.
It as far as the presentation of the show, it looked like a legit crime show.
Yeah.
The host of that show did a great fucking job.
Hmm.
The crime show itself was done well. It was shot well. Everyone acted their part well. The host was fantastic, as I said. It's just how it was included in the movie is really fucking mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost like, ugh, at it, because how do you do it so wrong?
Yeah.
And I said earlier, if this is the recut, what the? I want to see the original cut. I want to see Apple Cart.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad, really really bad. I have to know, like, how badly did you fuck up the first time?
Which makes me wonder if, because I immediately think of like Weinstein era, and
Yeah, yeah.
was Apple Cart the far superior cut? And yeah.
I just, yeah, 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 yeah. Moving on. I don't know. Okay, if any LOL moment.
I can't think of any.
I had one very, very definitively.
Okay.
when when the mom runs back up to Barbara Crampton in front of the cabin, and her, like, I think the husband's there and her son's there, I think, and she goes to throw the knife at her, and she goes, and it goes, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, and it goes, thunk, and falls to the ground. It was, hey, so stupid. She threw it completely wrong. It was really funny. It was just, it was almost like, it was like a gag throw,
Yes.
and they kept it in the movie, which could be really the movie. Like, we kept all the, I can't say that because the actors did a good job, and that'd be doing them a disservice. It's not their fault that the movie was directed and edited really bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all for our breakdowns. Anything else you want to add? You want to go to my notes?
Notes is fine.
Philip's notes. I'm assuming that the lady in the beginning just has never given birth in her life, because that, if you're giving birth to like what looked like an alien creature at first, ended up being Barbara Crampton, you're gonna be screaming your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, help me, like, shut up, whatever. And then, why I call this fuck the fact that you have cancer? They made him do everything. He's coming to the cabin to heal, possibly, to heal his cancer at this magic rock cabin. Okay, yeah, Dad's sick, but let's have him, go out there and get the bags, and make the son help, because the girls don't have to do anything. And can we just say the daughter was a fucking bitch?
Yes.
Oh my god, if she was written to be unlikable, that's fine. But even while her dad was dying of cancer, she's still a fucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
One thing that kind of threw me off was when she told her to go, or told one of them to go help the son bring in the groceries through the front door, and the front door's in the kitchen. I don't understand that layout.
I don't understand why they could have just fucking went out there and done it themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, the layout of the cabin did not match what was going on inside at all.
Especially from the shot of the fake documentary. That was a huge cabin.
Yep.
Why does this huge, luxurious cabin have a really tiny kitchen with the front door being in the kitchen? But anyways, move on.
Then I wrote, how do they have electricity in the woods? And then this is when the fake documentary came in, because the TV came on. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Whatever. And I was like, yay, exposition, because we had no idea what was going on. Oh, wait, it's the current family that they're doing the exposition on? So we're getting it while it's happening? And then I wrote, well, now we know what's going to happen. Like, there's no suspense. You gave your movie away. And then I was like, oh, well, you know what? Fine, whatever. Just kill the daughter first, please. Oh, another, fuck the fact that you have cancer. Mom has to go and be like, to the husband, is there a phone in the bedroom? And I'm sitting there thinking, go fucking look yourself. You're in the fucking cabin. He's not. Mm-hmm. You're in the cabin. You could walk down and check the bedroom yourself, you lazy fucking dick. Oh my god, I hated the way they treated the dad.
I'm still wondering why the dad and the son were having to share a room.
I'm shrugging. I'm over-exaggeratingly shrugging. I don't know. And on top of it all, the dad has cancer, but you know what? He'll go out in the woods to find wood to chop. What? Shouldn't he be in the cabin where the magical crystal rock energy is, trying to heal? Mm-hmm. You lazy fuckers. A little funny LOL line was from the friend, Becky. She said, it's weird how old ladies make a room smell like meat and mint. That's like, ew. Including the documentary stuff was confusing, because I wrote, so is this the movie we're watching part of the show, or is this just like flashbacks, or what? like we said, the mediocre part of the documentary stuff being included completely fucked this movie. I don't know about you, but I always look at softcore porn by a giant set of fucking windows. When my dad and possibly sister and her friend are outside, you know, there were windows all around that room. And then they're like, "What's taking him so long?" Referring to the dad. And I wrote, "It's dark and it's snowing and he's in the woods by himself." And then after that, the mom says, "He'll be fine." I flipped off the TV.
Bears or wolves.
There was wolves howling.
Mm-hmm.
He still has cancer. Oh my god. He's supposed to be in the fucking cabin healing. I literally flipped off the TV. I was like, "You're fucking dicks, all of you." I wrote, and I stand by this, inappropriate dinner guest Barbara Crampton is the best Barbara Crampton.
Yes.
That was a fun scene.
Yes.
And then somehow Grandma's one of the tree people. I don't know, whatever. And then after the whole exposition with Grandma, the mom's walking back and it's like, "Oh, there's Mika or whatever dead on the tree. Moving on." Didn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah. There goes my bargaining chip.
Yeah, whatever. And then at the end, did she need the bloody balloon fed to Becky to see that she was going to win the election? That's not already kind of the point. And then what was the beginning? I don't know. Whatever. And then the end credits setting up for a possible sequel. I hope not. I wrote, last thing I wrote, I was like, even after all of this, this is still a better American Horror Story cult.
I'll agree with that.
And I'll stand by that. And those are all for my notes. If there's anything else?
No.
Nah? All right. You want to go to final thoughts?
Final thoughts is fine.
Let's go to final thoughts. I would not recommend this to anybody. Unless you want to see Barbara Crampton own screen time. There's no point. That's my final thought. Don't see it. Seriously.
I mean, Barbara Crampton, come for Barbara Crampton, I guess. I mean, she was phenomenal. She carried the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But, wait for still shots of the creature effects.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There you go. Yep. All right, that's final thoughts. But before we go, what did we learn?
We learned still to stay out of the damn woods.
Fair. I didn't learn shit because I don't know what the fuck's going on. So, there you go. Dead night. Well, that wraps up day 3, or night 3. Day 3, night 3, whatever. Thank you for listening. If you've had the pleasure of seeing Dead Night, tell us what you thought of the movie in the comments below. And a challenge question, what was your favorite part? Like, we like Barbara Crampton, and the actors in general, and the gore. But what about you guys? If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends or cool people who might dig the Vizcast. And please subscribe to the channel, including hitting that notification bell to stay up to date on the newest content. Speaking of, for day 4, we will be watching the movie The Sound of My Voice. And that's been on our list for a while. So we're going to tackle that one tomorrow. So until tomorrow, once again, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we will return to talk about The Sound of My Voice. Goodbye.
Bye.